Nurture and support begins in 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Nurture and Support. This is episode 137, and I am Mel at Karmic9.
Hi everybody, I'm Kelly Toole at KELLYTHUL on Twitter.
And another episode of our awesome recommendation podcast that's slightly less explicit than Squat Cobbler.
I don't think I'd use the term slightly, but the YouTube versions of Squat Cobbler are now highly sanitized, so there's that.
Less explicit.
Yes.
Awesome. So if any of you out there, I can't imagine any of you who haven't been listening to Squat Cobbler, they are talking about Alice Cooper a lot and Alice Cooper's new album, which I've sort of listened to parts. I haven't listened to the whole thing. I've listened to parts of it, but I haven't listened to your episode yet. So I didn't want to listen to your episode until I listened to the whole album.
Well, and the good news is that is out there now on YouTube. The review, we went ahead, we couldn't wait to do it in sequence. So we did the first CD. We still got to get the second one out, but that is out there. And what I'm most excited about is it is performing incredibly well. It was like number 3 on iTunes, and it's at the top of most charts right now. So it's super awesome to see that. And it goes to show you when you get somebody who can promote you digitally, that you can maybe get some people to listen to it. Plus, it's a pretty great album. So
yeah, I listened to about half of it, looking for videos to put up on our episode where you talked about it, our last episode, and I have to say I liked them. I really did like American Girl.
It's a fun song.
It was very fun. I really liked the lyrics. So if y'all have somehow missed that episode, you should go back and at least look at the blog post. There is a video up where you can listen to American Girl. So anyway, but to get into this week's episode, I'm going back to another one of my old standbys.
Oh wait, let me think here. So it's podcasts and books. And then the cheap answer would be cello music. But
yes!
Oh my goodness. How about that?
Cellos. I haven't talked about cellos in a really long time. So I have a YouTube channel for all of you today that plays cello music. It is New S Cello. And that is spelled like new. The cool spelling of new, GNU with a capital S. So one word. GNUS, and then cello. He's from Italy. He's in Italy. And he does covers of popular songs set to piano and cello music. He's playing the cello in the videos, and then I'm sure with the magic of audio editing, melding the two. Most of the time, he is also, if you look into the description, he's also doing the piano track as well, though occasionally he has someone else doing that. So he's got some cool stuff. So this is relatable cello music. I'm not telling you to go out and listen to my folk type cello music that all of you are like going, blah, blah. This is popular music, such as, I'll tell you how I came across this channel. So,
you're at Cello Fest.
I was at Cello Fest. Cello Fest would be really cool, I can tell you. I like cellos. Cello Fest would be awesome. Cool people like cellos. So I was looking for some new cello music, and it was right after Chester Bennington had died. And so this guy has, he had just put up a kind of a tribute to that. It was Numb, Linkin Park's Numb, set to cello and piano. It is actually, it's really, really good. It's really good. So all of you should go listen to it. I'm not classically musically trained, so I can't really give you any sort of critiques about anyone's cello playing. However, I like the sound and the tone of cellos, as we've discussed numerous times in the past. There's just something about the tone of a cello that is very, very deep and very soothing, and I really like it. And it is amazing the number of popular songs that are vastly improved by having a cello in there. So Numb, which is a song I love anyway, when you hear it with cello, it really deepens the song, just makes it so much better. So along with that, he did Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden as well, which was really good as well. I really love that one. So I'm going to tell y'all some of my favorites. So there was Numb, there was Black Hole Sun, and My Immortal by Evanescence was a song I'm really got overplayed. And so even if you liked it when it came out, it got overplayed.
Sorry.
He heard Evanescence and he got all choked up, y'all.
Yeah, yeah, about died there. That wasn't why. And through power editing, you can kind of clean that up. I hope. My apologies. I couldn't hit the kill switch. There's no way for me to. I'm sorry about that.
That was funny, you know. Kelly falls over dead because of Evanescence. I wouldn't be surprised. So My Immortal is a song I liked when it came out, but it got overplayed so badly that I ended up really disliking the song in the end. But I'd like it again after he played it with some cello. So that's one. And he really likes 21 Pilots. He's got a lot of covers of 21 Pilots songs, but Heathens is a popular one from Suicide Squad that everybody knows. It was like the best part of Suicide Squad was the music. So that one's good. And a song I absolutely loathe takes on all new meaning once you put it to piano and cello. And I hate this song. In fact, I'm going to tell y'all, I was in the car on my way to work the other day and this song came on the radio and I just got really, really angry because I hate this song. I can't tell you why. I hate this song, and it's an old song and it still gets played way, way too much. It is the song I Write Sins, Not Tragedies by Panic at the Disco. This song drives me insane. I don't know why. Just here's a quirk. There's a quirk about Mel that she hates that song. It's actually enjoyable without the vocals and set to a cello. I actually liked it. So cello music. Cello music is awesome. It does amazing things. I think there's huge health benefits to cello. For example, today I had a really long day. I had a really bad headache. We had a storm front move in today. My allergies are acting up. My head was pounding. And I knew we were going to record today. And I needed to freshen up on my recommendation. And I sat down and I played some news cello covers. And, you know, my headache went away because the power of the cello. Even listening to Panic at the Disco.
So your recommendation made you feel better and almost killed me. So it was a good combination.
Yes.
That was
Absolutely.
So I think, and maybe we can include this in the blog post, which I'm sure they haven't done this song, but I've got to think now. I would love to hear the piano treatment of "This Ain't the Summer of Love" by Blue Oyster Cult. And so we can maybe include the video for that or the music for that, and folks can hear. And I think once you listen to it, you'll see where I'm coming from. I think it could be an outstanding cello-based song.
Okay. So I did not see any Blue Oyster Cult in his playlist, but there's a lot of Imagine Dragons. I saw one Coldplay song, some Sia, a lot, like I said, a lot of 21 Pilots, several Panic at the Discos. So it's all pop music that most people, if you're listening to pop/rock music, you're going to recognize a lot of these songs. And it's just very interesting to me how they change, how the depth of the song changes when you don't have the vocals anymore and you're adding in the tone of a cello. Just somehow improves pretty much every song. Not quite every song, but most songs. So go check out this YouTube channel. I believe he also has a compilation of his covers up on iTunes if one chooses to go buy it there. But you can listen to his YouTube channel all you want. And again, that's News Cello, and that's GNU capital S, second word cello, CELLO. And I find it very enjoyable. I liked it. And I haven't told y'all about cello music in a long time. So
awesome.
Thought I'd share.
I'll be subscribing after the show, just skipping one song because I want to live. I want to live. Awesome. Well, so yours is like a soothing and positive. Mine's not. This recommendation is a very depressing recommendation for everyone, but I think it's an important recommendation, and so I want to make it for this week. It'll be pretty quick. So I am recommending a website, and the website is www.cello, have I been pwned? And that's the words have, no spaces, have I been PWNED, have I been pwned? It's a great little utility website that will let you find out if any of the sites where you've done an ID and password with have been breached, and has your content made its way to the dark web and all that good stuff.
Oh.
And you can go ahead and do it. You just enter your email address, and it comes back and lets you know which breaches got you. And it's got a lot of other features too. There's a notify me, so that you can go ahead and load in your email address, and if you've been lucky enough not to be breached yet, when you do, it'll let you know. So you got that going for you. There's also a section of who's been pwned, which gives you all the recent breaches that have occurred. And then there's a feature that I'm highly reluctant to use. It's called passwords. And that's where you can actually put in what you would hope at this point would be an old password that you're no longer using anywhere. Yeah. And it would come back and say, hey, here's different places I found that password, which is kind of a cool feature. So I don't know, Mel, if you've got a browser handy and if you wanted to real time see if you can beat my score.
God.
How many times that...
Let's see. Let's see here. This could be really scary. Oh, well, it could be worse.
What's your number?
Apparently, I have 8 breaches.
I got 5. So
yeah,
it was an interesting group. Some of them, there's been several large sites people are familiar with that have lost some passwords you can kind of figure out. But yeah, it's a kind of interesting thing. So as you're kind of patrolling, keeping track of what's going on, it's a good site that if you do happen to notice, if it comes back with some breaches, it's probably a really good place for you to go back and change your password on that site if you haven't already, due to communications around a breach or all that, and to set up that notification that if you're lucky enough to be pretty clean right now, then you can go ahead and do it. So it's a handy thing. It's not a happy moment when you go in and do it, because I think most of us are going to probably have one or two, no matter what. But it is kind of a helpful thing. It's a pretty cool site. I love the notification side of it. And so not a particularly cheery recommendation for this week, but one I think that people could find useful.
Yeah. Now the good news is that I knew about most of these, and they're old, and my info has already been changed. But it's also scary because, yeah, it's telling you the sites where you got breached, too. So, yeah. So the Tumblr breach a long time ago. Some of you probably may not be old enough to remember.
Back in the old days of the Tumblr breach.
When Tumblr got breached in 2013. Yeah. So. I wouldn't even know what my password was on Tumblr in 2013. Something
I still don't know what my Tumblr password is. I struggle with that from time to time. But yeah, that's a shared breach. Tumblr was amongst mine listed as well.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. But it's helpful to have these kinds of things to kind of double check and go out there and change your passwords, do something for notification, keep track of what's going on. So just a helpful little site.
Yeah. Yeah, some very alarming and sad, as Kelly said. It's a downer.
Yeah. It also lets you find out if you've been pasted, which, it sounds kind of bad,
yeah.
but that's when some of the information has been posted to sites as well. I think I'm fortunately paste free currently, but so it's that combination of the actual breach where your email might have been involved in places where they're saying, hey, we noticed that this has been kind of posted to the types of places where folks post lots of email addresses and usernames and all that.
I've got no paste, so that's good.
That's a good
excellent.
Thing.
I don't want to be pasted.
Me either. Absolutely not.
So yeah, now we can go listen to some Evanescence now that we're all sad.
And just kind of chill out to that. That'd be pretty cool. So social media rec for this week. Do you have one, Mel?
I do not. My YouTube recommendation is a combo recommendation plus social media.
Fair enough. That'll work really great. And I don't think either of us have been pwned on YouTube, so not that I can do a whole lot on YouTube these days, but that's true in there. So I do have one, and based on our timings, I believe this episode will be released the Friday that Wizard World in Chicago starts. And so I want to recommend someone I'm hoping to run across, because I ran across her last year and got a nice picture with her. Her name's Jamie Koala. Yes, Koala. And on Twitter at Jamie, JamieKoala. And it's also the same name on Instagram as well. And she's an artist. She makes apparel. She does props and she does cosplay. She also does artworks for bands. So she's a pretty great artist. She's also very cool. And she's going to be at Wizard World the weekend, and I'm hoping to kind of catch her and get a photo with her again this year as I walk around as Kylo Negan again. So, and there'll be a modified Kylo also that I'll post some pictures of when we get that bad boy out. So,
Cool.
So a couple Kylos for the Wizard World. But Jamie's super nice. Instagram's pretty good place to keep track where you'll see she'll put a lot of, whether it's her art or the props that she's working on, or she's doing a cosplay, you'll get all that stuff. So, it's a nice lady, pretty cool. So she's my recommendation for the week on Twitter and Instagram.
Cool. Yeah, I've gotten better at this Instagram thing.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah, I don't take a lot of pictures, so I don't have anything to post, but I'm following a lot of people on Instagram.
So have you started to get followed by
crazy bots? Yes.
Yes. There's this whole batch of young singers that I think are looking to make that just bot you up, and they're just following everybody from there. So
yeah,
about every day I get one, I'm like, no, I don't think so. But
yeah, I need to change my, there's nothing in my bio. I've been getting a lot of young single men bots lately trying to DM me, and I'm like, I think that's probably illegal in your state. I think there's supposed to be like a rule for the age here. Anyway, I was just like, really? I thought this was a Twitter thing, but apparently it happens on Instagram too. So anyway.
Yeah, that's been I really do love Instagram. I think it's really cool whether it's actually putting stuff out there. For me, it's the content, the people I'm following, and that you get a lot of really great stuff. And so it's all great, but it has seemed to have an uptick now in the spammy, which it had been pretty spam free for a long time, but that is no longer the case, unfortunately. So
yeah, but I found lots of my artist people on Instagram, and it's a good way to follow all of them. And so now I am following like a massively huge number of people, and if I don't check in like 2 or 3 times a day, then I will miss hordes of posts, because before I've had trouble with Instagram only showing me stuff from like 3 weeks ago, and I didn't understand how that really worked for anybody. Apparently it has its own little algorithm going on that, when you don't log in very frequently, it shows you old stuff. So now that I log in a lot, it shows me like real time, which is nice. That's cool.
It's a much richer Instagram experience, I would assume.
Yeah, you find out what some people are doing or where they are, and within the proper time frame to comment on it, and not 6 weeks later. So it's nice. I like it. I'm getting better at this Instagram thing. So, it's hard moving outside of Twitter's little own stratosphere, because I don't Facebook. So Instagram is one of those places in between for me. So it's working out. We're getting there.
Yeah, and the nice thing is you really don't have to talk to anybody if you don't want to.
Right.
It's a much more just a consumption. So it's pretty cool.
Yes, I like it. So yay, Instagram. So I think that takes us to the traditional ending of Nurture and Support episodes. So
speaking of someone who sends creepy DMs on Instagram, we're going to hand it over to Matt, and he's going to give you all the information on how you can connect with me. It's good to be back. It's good to be back at Attacking Matt. It feels so right. He'll give you all the information how you can connect to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, the blog, the email account that I don't know if we've been to in a very long time, but maybe we'll sort that out. But Matt will tell you how you can email that address that we are totally on after this show. Promise. So
yeah. Matt's awesome. Sorry, Matt. I'm sorry Kelly's a jerk.
Oh. And on that note, thanks for listening, everybody.
You can contact us on our website, nurtureandsupport.net, or email us at nurtandsupp@gmail.com. That's NURTANDSUPP@gmail.com. Or tweet us at nurtandsupp on Twitter.
Nurturing and supporting.